right now.
We are at war.
What do we do?
The Wild Bunch was a controversial artistic western released in 1969 about a gang of outlaws looking to score one last time before the age of the Old West closes on them forever. It was a powerful, dark, gritty film that changed the shape of filmmaking forever.
If they move, kill them.
The Avengers was a 2012 adaptation of a comic book property. The Wild Bunch was directed by Sam Peckinpah, a hell-raising, rabble-rousing, wiry man who fought studios tooth and nail to get his films made the way he wanted them made.
The Avengers was directed by Joss Whedon, an encephalitically challenged man known for using his fake feminist credentials to fool women into sleeping with him. Even though he is a committed progressive, Joss Whedon accidentally made an uber-libertarian TV show, which I guess is kind of a tactical mistake if all you seem to care about is trying to get progressive women to sleep with you.
Both The Wild Bunch and The Avengers have a lot of violence in them, and that's what I want to focus on today. When I say that both movies have violence in them, I actually mean that they have depictions of violence in them, not actual violence. No movie has actual violence in it, any more than a song, statue, painting, or book has actual violence in it. Let's look at this painting by Rene Magritte, The Treachery of Images, 1929. That bit of French means this is not a pipe. I'd pronounce the French bit, but in one of my last videos I got in trouble for mangling some French from Canadians. So if this is not a pipe, what is it? A representation of a pipe. Further, that image of a pipe is functionally equivalent to the word pipe, so this is the same functionally as that, this to that. Whenever we're confronted with a representation of a thing, we're always in danger of forgetting that we're not actually looking at the thing itself, and that is the treachery of images.
Magritte's revelation has more profound implications than ever in this age of 60 treacherous HD images per second. Images can contain more than just puppies, Mentos, and e-thoughts influencing for the Chinese Communist Party on TikTok. So when you see in a movie someone getting hit in the face or getting stabbed in the back or someone bleeding from a gunshot wound, you're seeing the functional equivalent of hit in the face or stabbed in the back or gunshot wound. So there is no violence in movies, video games, and the rest, only depictions of violence. It then becomes a matter of depicting violence in a moral or immoral way. When The Wild Bunch was originally released, a lot of critics attacked too much violence, too much blood, an immoral movie, but I would submit that it's a lot more moral to depict violence in a way that emphasizes the pain and horror of it. The Wild Bunch depicts violence with consequences, while The Avengers depicts violence as something the whole family can enjoy. But look closely at that Avengers violence. It's lying to you. It's one thing to show superhumans like Thor, Loki, the Hulk, or Captain America doing things like this because they don't have human limitations. They're the modern equivalents of Greek or Roman gods.
Puny god.
But the humans in this movie, Tony Stark, Black Widow, Agent Fury, and so on, would have been killed by any number of feats of violence they're a part of.
Like this. An old man jumps out of a crashing helicopter, and that's not going to even sprain an ankle. Okay then. Or here. Look at her flying around with that chair.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Her hands would have been ripped off or she would have lost her grip and fallen to her death. I guess ending the movie in the emergency room would be a bit of a downer. I challenge Joss Whedon to put on the world's most effective football helmet and have a weightlifter hit him in the head with a baseball bat as hard as he can. If you can even fit that head into a football helmet. Come back and let me know how you do with that, Joss.
Professional NFL players are all suffering from brain injuries, even though their heads are encased in the best helmets money can buy. How the hell is Tony Stark able to speak coherent sentences by the end of all this? Violence is something that has plagued mankind since the dawn of time. Can we really say it's getting worse today?
I don't know, but why would a pack of kids do this? Why would grown men, given the status of policemen, do this? Is it because they're exposed to violence on TV, movies, and social media? Or because they are exposed to millions of depictions of consequence-free violence? Maybe it's the type of depiction of violence that matters in the end.
The Wild Bunch is filled with consequences from beginning to end. Children torture scorpions by dropping them into a pile of red ants.
Note how they're laughing at its misery and death, because they haven't learned yet the consequences of what they're doing. Then the Wild Bunch, dressed as army personnel, rob a bank and tear up the town. Women and children are killed, including, presumably, some of the kids torturing that scorpion. One of the gang members is too badly injured to continue to ride with them in their getaway.
I can't see, but I can ride. No. I can't ride. Finish it, Mr. Bishop.
We end up seeing how one of their members, Angel, is destroyed by violence orchestrated by the evil General Mapache. And in the end, we see how they are all destroyed in a hail of gunfire, hordes of ants versus scorpions. There are consequences to violence, and those consequences include pain and death, loss and grief and misery. Much has been made of Sam Peckinpah's use of slow motion in his films, and there are imitators today who use it without understanding it. If you've ever been in a violent incident that's caused you injury, whether from a car accident or a serious fight, you may, as many people do, remember it in slow motion or even stopped at time. That's what's going on here. Peckinpah is depicting how violence can rip apart your sense of time and space. Unlike his imitators, Peckinpah's film is not trying to be cool with the slow motion and the rapid cutting from one element of a fight to another. It's trying for something higher, more transcendent. It's trying to show you what it's like to be in a real fight. And a real fight is not something anyone would ever want to be in who's in their right mind. When I watch something like The Avengers, I have to agree with Martin Scorsese that this is, indeed, a roller coaster ride, a carny distraction. It's not art or even a pretension at art. It's cotton candy, air and sugar, and it'll rot out not only your teeth, but your society.
There are grown-ass men out there watching the latest MCU productions of today and pining for this 2012 Avengers movie of old, as if it were somehow the height of Western civilization, as if somehow a roller coaster can teach us anything. Oh, you say this story is about teamwork, about how we need to overcome our differences and band together? Teamwork is good, you guys. Western civilization is saved.
Oh no, I thought Western civilization was saved. Oh no.
Oh no.
Thanks for watching. Fight back against the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to my channel so you'll never miss any of my amazing and powerful insights that you won't get anywhere else.